the winners finals. Lose 4 and you still got hope alive. You dropped the lower bracket. So we will see how this one goes. Blue versus orange. I'm so excited for the players to get onto the pitch. This one should be a dynamite match.
And they both made it here off of Game 5 wins. FaZe Clan beating Rogue, Spacestation Gaming beating Oxygen. They earned their spot here. Now we'll see who can prove themselves to go up against G2. It's going to be tough, but certainly capable is everybody on this field right now, Wavepunk.
First killer off the backboard. We've got FaZe in the orange, Spacestation in the blue. Arsenal off the ceiling, a little bit of a flop there, and AJ will try to go underneath him. Arsenal blocking him. The Mustang Mach-E becoming more and more popular in the pro scene here. It's a fast vehicle. There's Reddles with a nice shot. Oh, so close, nearly hitting the 0 degrees. Now it's Typical up front. Arsenal getting in the way, and first killer down. Typical up for this one to try and drive it back down to first killer, blocked at the point of contact and cleared out of the box.
We got some good action here within the first minute. A big clear downfield from FaZe Clan. That's something you have to be cautious of if you're Spacestation Gaming. How quickly FaZe Clan can explode out of their own half. These players so mechanical, so quick. Especially AJ right now leading the charge, getting a nice challenge, but it doesn't go his way. Spacestation Gaming looking down the field. We've got Daniel up in the air. Maybe a double tap to tap. He connected on the double tap, but it was blocked by a member of FaZe.
First killer reads the double tap and blocks the top corner of the goal, blocking the majority of shots available to the offense. And now Reddles through the sky, looking for another one, but gets challenged immediately high in the sky. Arsenal off of his own backboard, doesn't set it up everywhere. First going over to AJ. Oh, they don't connect on the pass. Follow-up is good. Arsenal makes the save. What a stop.
And he had no boost as well going in for that save. And he still managed to get a touch. We've got Spacestation Gaming. Their backs against the wall, but that demo from Reddles going to alleviate a lot of pressure and allow, of course, Arsenal to get a booming clear downfield. A huge stance there from Spacestation Gaming to keep it tied up.
Demos galore on the pitch here. His first killer comes out of his corner and looking for the bump on Reddles. Reddles will hit the brakes on him. Now Daniel into the corner. Typical with the clear over one. Reddles will be back in time and he'll get the stop. Typical. I can be able to double tap that one off the ceiling. Out of boost as he rotates back into his half.
And we're getting big clears from Spacestation Gaming, but nobody's downfield. However, that dunk from Arsenal could lead to something. Fortunately for them, it does not. And we're back the other way. FaZe Clan still mounting an attack. They've been stuck on offense, and it's been ideal for first killer as he looks to go off the backboard. Maybe set up a teammate, doesn't connect, but they're still going.
Typical. Losing control of the ball, trying to get back to it. Arsenal gets in his way. Now first killer. Off the ceiling, now bump on Reddles, opens it up, but Daniel in the air quickly. What a recognition from Daniel, seeing Reddles get bumped, realizing it's now on him.
Yeah, and it's been a physical game so far, Wavepunk, so for him to take note of that and understand that his teammates might end up getting knocked out the way, having that safe rotation a little bit wider, able to get back on defense as AJ still finds the save. Things have switched a little bit here, and momentum shifting in favor of Spacestation Gaming.
First killer trying to dribble it across the middle of the field, flicks one. Daniel in the backfield, taking his time, picking up control here. And now Typical through another. AJ sends it to the goal. Daniel off the backboard with a clear, and Typical now back on the backboard again. Reddles struggling to reach this ball in time and gives an opening. First killer scores first.
And it felt like we were just waiting for this opportunity out of FaZe Clan. Here's Typical off the backboard. Reddles can't get the read. He was up so early for it, but I don't think he expected that bounce. He projected for it to go a little bit down, but unfortunately for him, didn't happen. We've got the first goal going in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, you saw Arsenal's like realizing Reddles is not going to have this. I have to jump for this, but it's too little, too late. Now AJ with a flip reset, looking for goal number 2. Goes for the fake underneath, and he can't flip it in. The ball's right in front of the goal, and it'll just roll away.
Maybe he thought a teammate was crashing the net with him. I'm not sure. He just let that one go right in front.
Yeah, that one was that's so close. Could reach out and touch the goal line, but still not in. 1-0. FaZe will have to settle for that scoreline for now. Now here's AJ in the midfield getting challenged. Arsenal keeps it neutral. Now off the ceiling. He'll get called off by Reddles. Into the corner, looking for the double tap over one. And now Typical out of the corner. A bit of space given here by Spacestation.
I do think it's because there was a demo opportunity for first killer. First killer has literally just been chasing a couple players. Like he'll get a boost and then straight up use all his rotations just to hunt down a player from Spacestation Gaming. As they're still stuck on defense, Reddles does get the save this time. He does connect. Arsenal's up in the air looking for the dunk on first killer, but not met. In Spacestation Gaming, they've got under a minute to tie things up. Otherwise, first game going in favor of FaZe.
Here's Typical. Down the side, Reynolds keeps it high. Arsenal's already airborne. Oh my goodness, he got so close.
Oh, he had his pre-flip. He saved it. He didn't have any boost, and it's maybe the third or fourth time I'm on Arsenal's camera with no boost. But this time he's got boost weight, Punk.
Is he just sitting in the box? He's like, I'm just waiting.
Oh, yep.
This
he's looking for bumps.
And nope, sorry, first killer. You're not going to get to touch this one. To the side. Tie game. What a play.
That was literally the first time I've seen Arsenal in the past maybe 2-3 minutes go for the ball, and he's had boost in the tank, and it was so ideal for him. Right in front of the net, super fast in the air, able to beat out the opponent, and we're all tied up.
Arsenal out here like, thanks, Mobile One. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Giving me that boost. I mean, here's the thing. Like, if that's all it takes is Arsenal having boost in the tank, FaZe are screwed.
Well, I mean, it's weird, though, because he's so aggressive using all that boost to go for demos, even extended rotation here to take some corner boost. So, and you can see him now going for some demos, being aggressive. If you waste all your boost, you might not get an opportunity.
First killer had missed off the backboard. I thought that was really been opening. Reynolds will get one last look at it here in regulation. Overtime listening in. Yes, we'll go to overtime in game number 1. 1 goal apiece.
Another play. Arsenal was taking out the third man. So it created such an awkward bounce where nobody was there up for the challenge. As we go into overtime, what are we going to see from FaZe Clan? Things have shifted in favor of Spacestation Gaming. Their defense has been tested much more, and they're forced to deal with this ball in the corner. Not a good challenge there. And the last man was forward. Daniel Camp on the shot, and that's a big miss.
Off the wall, it's bounced close, and Reynolds will punish. Man, the defense gave him just a slight opening. What happened here?
Yeah, and they've got another opportunity with 2 players on the backboard. AJ can't get up there in time, and typical, you can tell with his positioning, he completely expected and trusted AJ to get a touchdown.
Absolutely, yeah. He's ready to roll out of goal as soon as AJ wins that challenge. Instead, he's having to hit the brakes, hit reverse, and back up. His momentum's going the wrong direction to get a proper block at that point. So, Spacestation gonna sneak away with game number 1.
That was a good one.
A last-second goal, and then winning it in overtime as well. Here, way to come from behind.
And that last mistake from Typical, I think, is an indicator for the mentality of FaZe Clan. They have to go so fast out of their own end. And Typical, he's eager to get out of his net because he's worried that somebody from Space Station is going to come demo him. If you stand still on this field for more than maybe 3 seconds, Waypunk, you're going to get deleted. It's that simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the demo game has been strong. I mean, Space Station, one of the strongest teams in that area. Here's Arsenal, though. What a play from him. He gets the goal and the key assist to set up that overtime goal there. So Arsenal having quite the game number 1. We'll head on to Aquadome. FaZe looking in the rearview mirror now, having to start to look forward, try to see if they can bounce back from game 1.
And it's very awkward because at the beginning of that game, you thought that FaZe Clan were going to take the win. You thought that FaZe Clan had all of the possession, which they did, winning 50-50s. That aggression from Space Station Gaming, they couldn't deal with it, and therefore we've got more possession and more offense from Space Station Gaming. Now, will game 2 be the same style from Space Station with the aggression, with some demos, or does FaZe Clan have something else up their sleeve?
It was a fascinating kickoff here. The ball stayed so neutral, every player just kind of like moving into position slowly to see if they can win a very, low mile-per-hour challenge. But here now, he was pace picking back up. AJ Elm in front. He gave the ball to it. First
my
goodness. A diving save follow from Arsenal. Blocked by First Killer again. AJ was also on that ball there, but First Killer doing work in goal.
You can see that save crucial to the defense of FaZe Clan to get back into rotation. And now you can see more demos coming out from not Arsenal, but Daniel instead. And it's Arsenal behind the ball. He went for the flick, but it got a little bit out of control. Couldn't get a solid shot on net. And for him, hitting the post, it's going to be a big miss.
First Killer only has 1 registered save, but in my book, he has a hat trick in the first minute here, or a savior medal in the first minute here. 3 massive stops, and now a breakout to a chance down the end of the field.
Oh my word!
First Killer trying to answer the challenge Arsenal set in game 1.
Yeah, and you've got to look at how aggressive everybody from Space Station Gaming was, trying to move forward, make sure they can keep possession out of their own end, and with 1 clean dribble, 1 clean flick forward, it's going to be FaZe Clan scoring first.
3:57 left to go. First minute. They give the lead to FaZe again. They scored first in game number 1. And now again here in game number 2, looking for the tap. Pass 1 player. First Killer off the backboard. Set up for a typical.
That's got to be in.
Follow up from AJ, not there. That was the 1-2-3. You wanted to see it go in.
That shot, you've got to at least put more power on it so it can bounce off the backboard to your teammates a bit easier. Just not the best touch for Typical. But there's some bumps coming out from Reddles, Spacestation Gaming. They've got space. What is Daniel going to do with it? Not too much boost. Wins the 50-50, but it's given away immediately to First Killer.
That was such a good clear. He gets so much power on that just single bumper touch. And now
Oh.
Arsenal's in the Reynolds. The fake!
Oh,
and
my
Reynolds
goodness.
puts it in. Everybody's reading Arsenal. Reynolds was the threat.
Wait, you were talking about good clears for First Killer, but look at that one from Reddles. An immediate laser beam downfield to Arsenal, who hits it at the perfect spot on the corner, and it's right in front of the net. That was the most, I'd say, flawless counterattack we've seen today.
And his follow through, Arsenal's follow through, he's still a threat. He could try to go for the double tap, but First Killer says, stop talking about Arsenal. My team's winning and I'm doing all the scoring.
And this is what I wanted. When you've got Spacestation Gaming up against FaZe Clan, you don't know who's going to pop off. We said most people would mention First Killer, and of course you can see his name lighting up on screen, getting the flip reset and taking the lead for FaZe Clan.
My goodness. What a game. What a series. Here's Reynolds looking for a kickoff goal. First Killer gets in his way. And Daniel with a follow-up, though. The defense not able to rally back after kickoff. We're tied back up.
Who was this? Who was being aggressive? Was it Reddles? Yep, Reddles wins the 50-50. And instead of going for his own boost, he's going to take out the player, which is much more effective.
How is First Killer constantly in this situation to need to make back-to-back saves, though?
Yeah.
Like, it's kickoff, so things are a little bit different in that particular situation from the other moments we saw at the beginning of the game. But First Killer, he's got to make one stop and then has to dodge a demo from Reddles to make a second stop here. And now he's trying to score on the other end. He's done both. He scored both the goals for FaZe as well.
And it's almost expected because his teammates are forced to extend the rotation out as that one gets blocked here from Spacestation Gaming. But you've seen players like Arsenal, Daniel, who are being aggressive. They're taking the corner boost. And because of that, as a result, you've got players from FaZe Clan forcing themselves to go for the midfield boost, and they're slower to get back on defense, leaving First Killer alone in those dire situations, Wavepunk.
Arsenal trying to connect with Reynolds again out of the corner. Cross halftime. Tie game 2. First Killer through the sky. Got two players underneath to deal with, and Daniel and Arsenal both still reading the play. Arsenal will emerge with control, and look at the transition game again. Onto the backboard here, trying to win a challenge, but cannot get it through the defense. Daniel now out of the corner, out, no boost in his tank. Gonna have to fall back here as the corner's not there as well either. He has to rotate back to midfield.
Oh my goodness.
A miss, and Arsenal will make them pay for it.
And I want to look at this replay because I'm almost positive Reddles got a piece of the goalkeeper right here on typical. It looked like he bumped him out of the way. More physical plays coming through for Spacestation Gaming. It's their bread and butter.
He hits Typical. AJ's, I wonder if AJ felt the pressure of Reddles coming in, and it kind of made him break for just a moment. Seen the mistake. It's First Killer reaching across, not going to find a touch. Not going to find a good touch anyways. Here's Typical now falling back. Can he receive the back pass? Not going to make it to him as AJ cuts him off. Now it's Typical to this guy.
Okay.
First Killer underneath. So we got room to work with, but no boost. 3-1, and Arsenal has plenty of space. It's played in the corner. AJ and First Killer on top of each other right now. It's going to create another opening for Spacestation to push through. See if they can extend that one-goal lead. FaZe going to survive.
And judging by the rotations of FaZe Clan, they look a bit upset. You'll notice that AJ and First Killer, within the past 30 seconds, maybe a minute, they've decided to go for more physical plays themselves. And they're trying to fight fire with fire. Difficult moment here. Reddles going slower off the backboard. Past two players. Arsenal, the speed, so close to beating out that last goalkeeper. But still in the lead by 1 goal. Spacestation Gaming just got to hold on for the final minute.
And the only reason it was that close was because Daniel got the bump on First Killer, and First Killer then has to drive back into the goal to make a last-second at-point-of-contact save. The bump game from Spacestation continuing to be frustrating, even when it's not Reddles on the bumper. Here's AJ. Brought Reddles up, Typical alone in the backfield, having to retreat here.
Oh my.
And just barely,
Yeah. Thought we had another Kronovi situation, but no, we're good.
Here's Typical. Reynolds now. Arsenal underneath. Blocked. AJ running a tight pass interception. But Daniel trying through the sky. 26 seconds left. FaZe trailing by 1. An opportunity to get the bumps. It's in front of the goal, but nobody crashed in. Maybe too safe. The tight angle from Typical not there. AJ again stopped it. They're winning all the challenges in front of the goal. They just cannot find a clean look at the net. First Killer pass 1.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is it. Can't get it past them both. Out of the corner.
Taking the boost.
Read. Oh, he looked for the doink. Oh, but it's not going to be there. 5 seconds left. Reynolds now. No, AJ gets in the way, and no one else home. It'll go into the
Oh, my
ground.
word.
Space Station win game 2.
And it seemed like First Killer couldn't make up his mind in that corner, whether or not to go for the doink like you said, or take the corner boost and allow the second man in rotation to get the shot. Instead, he kind of had this weird middle ground, missed the doink, and also didn't take the boost. So very unfortunate situation for First Killer, and one that you'd want to capitalize on. But we do have a timeout for FaZe Clan as they sit down and try to regroup themselves, because Waypunk, it has not been clean from them.
No, I think you made some good points about especially First Killer and AJ and the aggression they were going for in the end of that game, trying to react to the aggression we were seeing from Space Station, was leading them to kind of pile up on top of each other in rotation. They were leaving some big openings, and they didn't get scored on. This was I noticed this anyways after Space Station had taken the lead, but still, it's not what you're looking for from a team of this caliber. That sort of mistake will get punished given a full 5-minute period.
And we're going to sound like broken records here, because when you have a team like Space Station Gaming, who absolutely loves to get physical on the field, it's almost like every single play involves a demo or involves somebody being super aggressive and taking corner boosts, extending their rotation. So that's what the game plan has been for Space Station Gaming. And interestingly enough, Waypunk, previous to this event, it was Space Station Gaming first in demos, FaZe Clan second. However, throughout this event, FaZe Clan have been 15th in demos, and Space Station Gaming have been first in demos per game. So it seems as though FaZe Clan aren't able or aren't even going for demos nearly as much, and it definitely caught them off guard at the beginning of the series.
The thing is, with Space Station versus FaZe 2, regardless of what happens with the stats, you do have to beat Space Station on the field. You can't beat them in the mental game. This is a team that has reverse swept so many times, has been reverse swept too, and then come back to win events. That this is a team that the mental is so strong with Space Station that FaZe, the only option for them is to outpace them on the pitch, just bare mechanics to bare mechanics. There's no extra gameplay here, and having dropped the first 2 games, man, the FaZe has their work cut out for them in the first 7.
And I'm sorry, I get so excited whenever I was looking at that the replay. You could see Arsenal on those clears, the clear game for Space Station Gaming, especially when I talk about demos, the huge clears, and it seems like they always have somebody downfield to respond. It's not the same on the other side for FaZe.
Well, let's get into game number 3. Space Station up 2 games in the series. A win here would put them on match point and force FaZe to reverse sweep in a best of 7.
There's no way we get a sweep out of Space Station, right? I just can't see that happening.
I don't know. Anything can happen at this point with how clean they have looked, and with it's just a matter of does that timeout make a difference for FaZe? Are they able to kind of mentally reset, given the way things seem to be falling apart there at the end?
Or maybe cool down Space Station Gaming with that extra minute. I mean, who knows? But that's what they're hoping for, at least, as Arsenal goes for the 50-50 in the midfield boost in favor of Typical. He's going to go slower on the sidewall, and because of it, Daniel able to get a fake in here for Arsenal to clean up. Space Station Gaming all over the place, but they're on offense.
AJ and First Killer both kind of in the in-out save rotation there in goal. Again, I don't know. It didn't really matter, but just seeing them kind of having the same thoughts and following in each other's footsteps right there, it doesn't bode well for the rotational mistakes we were seeing at the end of game 2. We'll see if that continues here. Typical now into the corner. Over 1 and then chasing this down himself. He's got AJ and First Killer behind him. First Killer will pick up control, but no boost to the tank.
Got 9 boosts. Here we go.
Drop it to AJ, and man, if he had more boost there, maybe he'd be able to pick up the pass again. But
yeah. It seems like that's the issue so far for FaZe. It's just a lot of the boost consumption too. You know, they're going out for midfield boost, they're not getting it. They're looking for pads. Even then, they're getting demoed here for a Space Station Game. That's not the best touch from Daniel, but he makes it work and gets around 1 defender. And now we've got Space Station Gaming with the upper hand. It looks like FaZe Clan are going to be the one scoring.
With Space Station forcing FaZe to dive for saves again. AJ and First Killer on top of each other in the midfield. Typical with a block. Daniel with an open net to shoot out here. If he can just find the touch, goes for the double tap instead, drops it down, but First Killer will get it off the backboard and then pass another player. Here comes First Killer. Midfield boost taken away by Arsenal. Typical having to fall back.
I swear there's so many moments where like you could screenshot Arsenal's positioning on the field and just ask yourself, what are you doing, Arsenal? Where are you going? But it ends up working out for him. This man's so aggressive. I can't believe how fast he can get back into rotation after taking the biggest risk on the field.
There is a certain degree of disrespect from Arsenal's positioning here. You even saw in that last push forward. He just sits there and watches the FaZe players dive for the ball on the wall, as if he's expecting them to miss and he gets a free goal out of it. So I think Arsenal is very confident in his ability. And honestly, it is expressing not just a confidence in his ability, but a lack of confidence in FaZe after games 1 and 2.
They can answer for that. Unfortunately, they have Daniels clear to deal with. First killer, a good touch here, and he gets over one defender, but Arsenal did find a touch. This could be things heating up for FaZe Clan.
Oh,
now that one might not even roll in. It's almost in as AJ couldn't get the follow-up. I can't believe it right now for FaZe Clan. They have so many opportunities. They're getting so close, but they can't find the execution way.
I really thought that counter clear was just straight in. I thought that was just going to burn the whole field. But instead, Arsenal managing to make a stop in his goal. 1:48 left to go. I think this is the longest we've seen either of these teams go without scoring in this series. AJ up for it, and Arsenal with a block into an empty backfield. Rel's going to try and put the pressure on, but typical first killer both there now. Arsenal as Reynolds goes for the bump in goal. Arsenal trying to set up Daniel. Daniel's looking for it, but typical gets in the way, and now Daniel through the sky into the corner. Finds a dunk, finds another touch, dismounts it from the wall, but nobody in position. Now FaZe. Bit more boost in the tank, trying to come the other way. Daniel gets in the way, high in the sky.
Oh, a nice win from Reynolds. First killer's back there alone on defense, which is pretty routine for him. He's probably used to it and all the pressure, but he does get around one player and then finds the follow-up. But Daniel recovered just in time. And I know you wanted to see that one on the replay, but we don't get it, Wave.
This one not gonna, I saw that as first killer, and I think it was typical blocking first killer's shot.
Yeah.
If he's not there, it's just in. Oh man! Again, I've been pointing out first killer and AJ kind of being on top of each other. That time it was first killer and Typical. FK struggling to get out of the, struggling to deal with
my
teammate right now. What is happening?
FaZe Clan, they can't catch a break. So many shots on target, but it's barely missing.
I'm not. There's been some kind of scuffed Grand Plat moments in this game. Not another one there.
Oh, not the Grand Plat moment.
First killer loses the challenge to Daniel. Arsenal bumped off the ball. Daniel has to cover this up and gets it out in front of the box. Reynolds there as well. Awkward positioning from Spacestation, forced by FaZe's bumps. And yet they're still able to get the ball across midfield. 11 seconds left. No goals in yet. Daniel with the block. FaZe could steal one here with a last-second push. To the outside. Daniel around 2.
Oh, he's got boost. He's got boost.
Not good. Over first killer. Bouncing back down to no one's there. It'll go into the ground. Typical's trying to get it the whole way. AJ's there to put it in. They do steal it the whole way down. FaZe wins.
FaZe Clan knocking on the door for the entire 5 minutes. And finally, they get an answer, and it's going to be AJ downfield. He had to keep it up, had to keep that ball alive, and they did just that.
What a goofy game. This from beginning to end, so many what is happening moments here, and yet man, you see Daniel with half a tank of boost at midfield at pace, careening towards the FaZe net, and you're like, this one's over. And yet on the other end of the field, we see the full carry from Typical. Arsenal demolished, not able to get back off the demo respawn. You'll see him spawn in the corner there and just try to fly across, but no, not going to make it this time. Spacestation, do not get the sweep on FaZe. You were right.
I think this series is like representing the beauty of the game and the esport, quite literally, because you could be a fan of either team, and there's so many moments where you're like, oh, this is it. This is it. Yeah. Finally, we're going to score. Just like that last second play with Daniel. You're thinking Spacestation Gaming, this is our chance. And then, nope, of course, somehow, some way, FaZe Clan bury themselves out of that hole, and they keep the ball alive, and they're the ones to go away with that win.
And the buzzer beater, too. Like, literally, the definition of it. This game's been so even, and then there's the last moment, the kind of panicking, falling action, able to slip one in there. Well done. FaZe gets it through, and
no more
big win too as well. Yeah, no, and they don't have to. We can forget the word sweep for this series. It won't be a sweeping no matter how it ends.
And I was taking note, of FaZe Clan and their ability to not overextend and get too desperate here whenever they were on offense. With how many shots they had that missed by maybe a few centimeters, you have to get a bit complacent, a bit frustrated, right? Keep pushing forward, but no, that didn't happen for FaZe Clan. They kept their wits about them, and they were very smart with the rotations, making sure not to get over each other and step on each other's toes.
Here's Arsenal in the midfield. Picking up control. Double commit there from FaZe, but they'll win the challenge cleanly. No punish. Now first killer up, beaten by Arsenal. Typical. Alone in the backfield as AJ's flying back to give him support. AJ and Typical up again together in the corner. First killer now just completely marooned in goal. Daniel gets it over one. AJ manages to get back in time. And right now, Space Station is giving FaZe some real openings here.
Oh, and Reynolds. You can see what Reynolds was going for in that situation. He wanted to pop it up off the backboard, but Daniel wasn't close enough to get the follow-up. A solo play would have been much more preferred here if Reynolds was aware, but unfortunately for him, doesn't work out. Good recovery from AJ, back and forth between the two, but Daniel had it red.
Out of this corner. AJ, nice extension down the field, and Typical's there. Daniel to get in the way, and then they're tangled up with each other. First of all, trying to pass it back to AJ, but he's too far forward. Thinks about going for demos, but he doesn't have the boost to even pick up speed to get the demos. So he's going to back, drops it out. Arsenal with the save, and the block. Arsenal is a brick wall. How do you get anything past this man?
And the main question I have is, why was there so much time on that ball dropping down? Arsenal had to pre-jump, get the save, and fall down. He had enough time to recover and get a follow-up challenge. Where was the quick 1-2 from FaZe Clan, the quick shot to put it in? Unanswered. And that gave Arsenal all the time in the world to get back on the ground.
So close. Arsenal keeps pulling these goals back from the clutches, and props to FaZe for getting it as close as it was there. You're going to have to do more, though, when he's in net. Now, first killer. The wall over one. Typical nice extension over Arsenal. Daniel up on the backboard. Gains control. Struggling to hold on to it, though. Now over the top of Typical. And AJ punts it to the other side of the field. Reynolds with a response. Up to Arsenal. Typical covers him up. First kill with an opportunity. A good look off the wall, though. Not able to put it in on the first touch.
Yeah, and that first touch wasn't ideal. Could have been a little bit higher on the backboard. A close attempt for first killer. And nice back pass there from Typical, or from first killer to get it over to Typical, excuse me. And FaZe Clan moving out of the defense. Smart plays overall. Daniel, a nice touch. Can't get the follow-up, but does win the 50-50. And a demo from Arsenal. This is a good look for Space Station. Maybe another one, but Typical dodges it and just wastes enough time for FaZe Clan to rotate in.
FaZe doing an excellent job navigating the demo-heavy drive.
Yeah.
Getting around two players and then managing to get the clear as well. But Arsenal, another demolition. This one in the front. The back line will get strengthened because of that demo, but can they sort out the rotations? Typical with a miss. First killer will now try to connect with Typical. He will be upfield. AJ over one. Here's Reynolds. Launches it to the sky. Typical airborne already. Keeps it on the outside. And then wins a challenge against Arsenal, giving the ball to AJ. AJ versus Daniel. Daniel will have space. And clearing it back around. Reynolds tried. Typical again getting in the way. More demolitions, though. First killer taken off the field for a moment. Typical hit. Missed the ball. AJ then flips past. Oh, my goodness.
Man. What is this? It's so sloppy on the field because of these demos. It's like we're watching FaZe Clan just look for air, look for any form of life here because they can't get any boost. They can't stay alive. First killer used all his boost to get that clear, but it's going right back to the Space Station Gaming.
I don't know if FaZe has that touch from Typical there was the first like purely offensive ball touch from FaZe in like a minute and a half. Space Station had them on the back foot, just trying to not fall over the whole time. And honestly, props to FaZe. Or maybe like what is happening with Space Station that they weren't able to score with that amount of control.
It feels like they're so focused on being aggressive that they don't have that follow-up shot plan. They're going for demos, they're going for bumps, they're taking the boost, and it's all succeeding, right? But when that ball slowly rotates in front of the net or there's a chance, everybody's so focused on taking boost and getting aggressive that nobody can go in for that shot quick enough to really capitalize and punish on the work that you've been putting in.
Another 0-second opportunity. We've been here before. Daniel driving it down the field. This time it's going to hit the ground. We'll go to overtime for the second time in the series. Space Station, a goal, puts them on match point.
Let's see. What do we have now? Do things reset for FaZe Clan?
Oh, no!
AJ off the miss from Daniel, and it's saved from Reynolds. And Daniel pre-jumps again. Can't find the save. It's FaZe Clan taking a second win in a row.
They get 3 shots out of this because the save's just not quite there. Reynolds, what an effort to make that first stop. He's doing his best just to get the save, but you had to find a clear 2 at the position of FaZe Clan right off the kickoff. We got a series now, 2 apiece.
And it was a beautiful kickoff right into the hands of AJ. That ball slid right across, went up the wall, and you've got a booming shot from AJ. And if one person misses, which is exactly what happens for Space Station, everybody's right there, ready to fire at the net of SSG. And we'll take another look at the Moment 1 high performance replays. Look at how close things were here for Spacestation Gaming on the goal line. And this is the aggression I was talking about. There are so many chances, so many opportunities, I'd say, for Spacestation Gaming. Maybe if you dial it back a little bit, you can have that third man or that second man be in position for a shot.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know, but will they get the opportunities? Will they, without the demos,
that's
like
the
the space, it is so wild to see Space Station creating so much space for themselves and not be able to use it.
Right.
Like, it could be what you're saying though, like it feels like everybody is going for the bump game versus maybe picking their spots a little bit better, knowing when Reynolds is in the first man, he's going to be going for the bumps. The rest of us should move up to try and use that space. I don't know what the right answer is for them there, but man, it's wild to see how effective they're being and yet seeing no goals. Shut out now for 10 minutes straight.
Well, it's really difficult to control chaos in this game, Wavefunk, because you're not really sure exactly what decisions the other team is going to make. But FaZe Clan, they're prioritizing getting back into the net. So what will the adjustments be here for Space Station Gaming? We've got a demo from AJ to start things out, and a nice return here from FaZe Clan down to the side of Space Station Gaming.
First killer winning some key challenges on the wall. Now AJ over the top of one. Typical's there to pick it up and runs into Reynolds. Ball screams down the left-hand wall. This one back to Arsenal with space. He's got no boost. The best he can do is just crank a ball at the goal and force players to pile up.
Yeah, I think that was the first time, too, I've seen Arsenal not go for a demo on the back line. He actually went straight for the boost and rotated quicker. And now we get a shot opportunity, but it's saved from AJ.
He just dives down, jackhammer, see you later. Oh, and
another one.
More pressure. First kill against the stop. And Reynolds finally, there's no way he misses that one. Space Station finally on the board.
But at least we get to see the save again, Wavepunk. Look at this, this save from first killer. You can't deny the effort that he put in to get that shot saved from his own goal line, but nobody else was rotating in time. There was too much pressure from Space Station Gaming.
He forces Reynolds to make another shot. Reynolds does exactly that, and someone goes slow-mo that for me. I want to know just how far into the goal that was.
Yeah.
It comes off the wall. Arsenal wins a challenge. Up against FK here. Daniel now through two, looks for the bumps instead of looking for the pass. Typical keeps on the outside.
Oh, good touch.
Oh, wow, and it's in. AJ into double coverage. It's just too fast.
Look at this touch from Typical. A nice little lob there into the midfield. AJ, early shot from the midfield. This one should have been saved, but I think Daniel anticipated a touch earlier from Reynolds, and it was too late when he realized he himself needed to get that save.
AJ forced the defense to stay honest with how blisteringly fast his shot was.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. Daniel was expecting it from Reynolds. Almost looked like Reynolds maybe even like traps the ball in on the touch that Daniel made. And this one now, oh my goodness, topsy-turvy. Typical trying. First killer now on the wall.
Got full
Picks up control. Off the wall, had the reset, got blocked.
AJ, a nice slow touch in the midfield again. Look at the passing from FaZe Clan. Much more midfield centered. And Typical able to follow it up and get the demos, allowing AJ to have an easier shot.
Typical takes to the sky up, and then Daniel, oh man. So this Space Station kind of falling all over themselves there as FaZe is able to take the lead with 3:13 left to go here in game 5. Now that we're at 2 apiece, the winner of this game will be on match point.
It looks like the trust from Space Station Gaming has faded a bit, Wavepunk. You can tell, not anticipating their teammates to get the proper touch anymore. Maybe that initial mistake from Reynolds kind of shattered that confidence in each other.
They come down the outside, Typical. Oh, gets played by Arsenal. Now Arsenal versus AJ. Gonna go all slow underneath him. First kill gets the block, but Daniel's got an open look at the net, and AJ dives back across. What a stop. FaZe standing strong on the goal line, and now first killer looking for the double tap. Oh, he's never missing. 3-1. FK puts him up.
FaZe Clan showing that they can do it all on defense and on offense. First, it was the save from AJ, and then the transition double tap from first killer. They get the security, and it's just been all FaZe Clan within the first half.
FaZe building momentum in a series where they dropped the first 2 games.
That was ridiculous. I mean, both sides. Oh my.
Yeah. So much, yeah. From the defense straight down to the shot. I mean, like lining up a double tap at midfield, just blasted the backboard, falls through, recognizing there's no one on the backboard from that far away, and then nailing the empty part of the corner. It was an unsavable shot given Space.
Oh, the
position.
dunk!
This one's in! They dunk it in! First killer, an absolute menace.
First killer, I think he had one pad. No, he had 0 boost. Absolutely nothing in the tank going for this dunk. But he egos them anyway and just goes up for it, getting the dunk successful. And that one slips in.
Incredible stuff as FaZe solidly sits down in the driver's seat of this match and just puts their foot on the gas pedal. We're still trying to block one. Arsenal again out of boost. Looks for the corner, but AJ stole it from him, and now first killer trying to beat Reddles. He'll win the challenge. Arsenal falling back, just looking for the pass to Reddles. Reddles looking for the bump on AJ as Arsenal takes over control, using all of his boost just to get the ball down the field. Looks for the pass, that one is good. Just sticks with Reddles. Way to evolve a play as they move down the field.
Yeah, and there's a sign of life now for Spacestation Gaming. 150-50 win. And pre-jump from Reddles. What a shot there. Knowing exactly where Arsenal's going to bring it across the net.
Incredible coordination there. Recognizing Arsenal's out of boost. I need to make this shot. Just give me the ball. We'll get it past this last defender. Keeping this game within reach. 147 left to go. Only 2-goal differential.
And that was better awareness from Reddles to not be super aggressive. I feel like previously we talked about a Wavepunk. Reddles in that situation might have gone for a demo, might have gone for something a bit too aggressive, but there he was more patient and knew that a pass was eventually going to come across.
I mean, oh man, for a player that is known for his emotion, we've seen such a maturity and development out of Reddles as these seasons have gone on. A willingness to play as a team and keeping in mind what is most important. How do we actually get to the win?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, so close. Arsenal couldn't put it inwards. It was down, just not in. And now FK looking down the other end of the field. First killer trying to make this goal go back. Get back to a 3-goal lead. Oh, this is an opening and a bump. First killer looking for the bump on Arsenal. Just lets the ball roll the entire length of the field. What awareness.
And he tried to call the bluff here of first killer. You'll notice Arsenal didn't even jump, didn't even try to dodge it because he assumed first killer was going to jump way earlier and fly across. But first killer able to position himself with like the perfect spot, a little bit above ground. So just in case Arsenal does jump, you get a piece of him. And even if Arsenal doesn't jump, you still get some contact.
It's his only hope, too. If he jumps there, his momentum is going to... recovering from the jump means that he can't get back to the ball in time. It's rolling just fast enough there. So I think he made the one play and just hoped that FK would make the mistake. FK also knew the situation, keeps his wheels glued to the ground, makes the block. Back to a 3-goal game. FaZe, 30 seconds left. Looking to have match point going into game 6. That's first killer up for another one. AJ on the outside.
3v1. Oh my goodness.
Daniel, man. Well done. Arsenal on the outside. Typical. Putting pressure on. First killer tried to take a shot, but gets defended again. And just like that, first killer down here. 2 goals, 4 saves, 3 shots. That's playmaker from the rest of the team. What a group effort here from FaZe.
Yeah. I mean, just to put it in perspective, I mean, FaZe just successfully completed a reverse sweep in a best of 5. I mean, that alone is so difficult. So just giving everybody a little bit of understanding of what we've been witnessing and what a turnaround it has been for FaZe Clan to win 3 games now in a row against the Spacestation Gaming. That was hot right out the gates. They were prepared and ready to take on FaZe Clan, but they've flipped the switch. And now things are in their control.
The highest personal score on Space Station here, 454 from Reddles. Lowest on FaZe, 518 from AJ. Completely top to bottom to being more effective on the field. FaZe now, with all the momentum and all of the weight here. This is, I was talking earlier about the mental from Space Station. We were talking earlier about the maturity from Reddles, a player who could tilt his team if his attitude went too far in one direction. We've seen that maturity develop. This is where that has to come through. They have to play together as a team to force game 7.
And we're not on match point, or excuse me, we are on match point. That's what I was trying to say. And we haven't had an a timeout. Words are hard, Wavepunk. Still, no timeout out of Space Station Gaming. Even when we're on match point for FaZe Clan, they are ready to get back into it.
They're trusting that they've got it all figured out, that they don't need to discuss it, they just need to perform. We see teams like NRG in the past.
Yeah.
They've never taken timeouts except for when they need to use the restroom or something like that. They never just to talk about what can we do differently here. I think Space Station's starting to adopt that mentality as well. Arsenal to the outside, looking for the tap, puts it wide, and first killer has to make a dangerous touch across his net, but he will survive it. AJ up here on the outside. Past another. Blocks Daniel. Arsenal's there. It's wide of the goal again. Space Station struggling now in the shooting department, despite having a few good looks.
Reynolds now in his own half. And what worked so well for FaZe Clan in the previous game, Wavepunk, were those early shots from midfield, catching everybody from Space Station Gaming off guard, who didn't expect those quick 1-2 passes in the midfield, and then a shot all the way back from that midfield line to even get put on target. Maybe FaZe Clan continue that up. First killer, a nice touch into his own possession as he keeps looking forward for a shot. FaZe Clan, they're not taking the boost, but they're winning challenge.
Oh, he got an opportunity. Arsenal, oh, and he's not going to be able to make it just quite work. Typical. Dives across, makes the save. Daniel created a beautiful scoring opportunity for Space Station, and FaZe thwarts them at the goal line. Now Daniel and Reynolds trying to connect with the other end. Here's Arsenal back up for it onto the back wall. He's got Reynolds there as well. Lots of options available to him, but it's wide. That's the third shot we've seen from Arsenal. That, again, difficult shots, but a player as good as him, and for the way he was playing at the beginning of the series, we'd expect him to make those goals. At this point, I'm looking to Daniel and Reynolds to make the difference and get Space Station to Game 7.
My goodness.
AJ, other ideas in the box, scores first.
And that's so tilting. You have to question now what the mental game is like for Arsenal. He just missed that double tap, which would have been huge for his teammates, and then can't get the save and the clutch moment here on defense. While it was a tough situation, those are the plays that you need to come up successfully in Wavepunk if you want to take down a FaZe Clan that looks to be unbeatable.
Man, we talk about the change of momentum around a timeout. Again, it was that timeout that came between games 2 and 3. Since then, FaZe undefeated. Oh, so close. And yes, we have not seen Space Station use the timeout.
Which, I mean, if you look at the personalities, I'd say from Space Station, you know, like Arsenal, I don't think he's the type of player who just want to sit there. Like, he wants to get back into the action, but maybe a break, a breather would be great for that mental game.
Just a mental reset, wash your face, do some jumping jacks, something. Here's Daniel. At this point, the option of a timeout, not going to work. Space Station, they have to survive these 5 minutes and find a way into the goal. Daniel threw one. What? That was the wildest, like, upside down rule one. I don't know, stacking cars. That was crazy.
Oh my goodness. Talk about rotating on top of each other, quite literally. Space Station Gaming. They don't know what's going on.
They didn't get punished for that moment of downtime. There's first killer. Over one. Now down. Here's Reynolds looking for the pass. Oh, but I think Arsenal was there falling back instead of receiving. AJ and first killer going to try to move together.
And 3 minutes have already passed in this game. I'm literally wondering, where did all the time go? This game flew by. Match point for FaZe Clan. They have been on it with shots now. Reynolds can't get the follow-up. That's a big clear for Space Station, but nobody's downfield. And a demo from first killer. You're alleviating all the pressure. And boom, an immediate counterattack off the backboard. FaZe Clan. They are so clean in every department.
We saw in the first few games FaZe get trapped on their own third Space Station and just build these sieges at the midfield line. For now, Space Station is doing well to kind of get one good look at the net. Another bump on Arsenal. Daniel has to pick this one up. So Arsenal gets over another one, struggling to keep boost in the tank. AJ will just bully the rest of the boost out of his tank. First killer. Oh, he tried for the quick reset.
I think he got it. He's going for like a ground pitch maybe, and another follow-up shot. It was saved from Daniel, and first killer's there for the recovery. But hold on a second. Here comes Space Station.
AJ's got to play perfect here. Go by a little bit of space. Reynolds now off the ceiling. Goes for the pass into Daniel. Back onto the wall. Reynolds not able to find a shot. Arsenal's up for it, but has to get it past first killer, and AJ now has space. Gives it back to Sipical. Plays it past Daniel, and Reynolds has to make a diving save. 3 touches from FaZe, from defense to shooting. So close.
Some immaculate passing there on the defensive side from FaZe Clan. They're not even panicking with 30 seconds left. It would have been safer to go for a big booming clear, but instead AJ, he wants to keep it within his own possession. And here comes first killer to make it 2-0, adding another goal to their list. And first killer, look at the shot from that corner. He's still being aggressive after the challenge.
This has been such a turnaround from first killer and the FaZe group. They have played so well, and they're gonna get a kickoff as well.
That's it.
You just can't stop this man.
That's got to be in. I mean, 3 goals, 21 seconds. It's a kickoff one for First Killer. That is nothing but pain. Nothing but pain, Wavepunk.
This guy has been incredible from beginning to end, and obviously the little gimme goals. It just adds insult to injury here for Spacestation. With 17 seconds left, down by 2, this is a very frustrating.
I believe Wavepunk right here.
Let's go right now.
It's gonna happen.
Come on, Daniel.
And now it's over. Wait. No, it's over.
I like from the corner, like you gotta score right now, and then like they push it towards the goal. You're like, wait, never mind.
Yeah,
It's out.
no.
FaZe Clan rally back.
Oh my!
And win this one cleanly. Drop the first 2 games, and then didn't look over their shoulder.
And that's so weird. How often do you see a best of 7 where one team wins 2 games and then swept by the opposition in 4 games? That is unbelievable. And there was no timeout from Spacestation Gaming, which worked so well for FaZe Clan. That timeout, you mentioned it, Wavepunk. That is what shifted the whole game for FaZe Clan. We didn't see that from Spacestation Gaming. They wanted to get right back into it, and it seemed like that was their own demise.
Oh, man, it was crazy. But honestly, we talked about like the players who were going to pop off here, the players who were going to step up. You highlighted First Killer at the beginning of the day, 61% goal participation from this man, especially in the back.
Huge.
Here.
Yeah.
This final game, 100% getting the goals and 1 assist. So First Killer put his team on his back. The rest of them were there to support him. FaZe are able to get the win. Spacestation Gaming, though, their tournament not over here. They will be dropping to the lower bracket. So FaZe getting that benefit of keeping 2 lives alive here. But man, what a series from beginning to end.
Yeah, man. FaZe Clan, I think I had my doubts about them initially. And when you talk about a team that can bring things back, I think we started out this series saying, oh, you know, even if FaZe Clan starts smacking SSG around Spacestation, they can bring it back. They've got that mental fortitude and get reverse sweeps. But it was FaZe Clan who were able to do just that. And I think that gives a lot more confidence into this FaZe roster moving into the future. Even if things don't look great for them, that timeout, they can recollect themselves and get back into the series.
We're going to see FaZe play again tomorrow, possibly for the title of regional champion here. But in the meantime, we got some lower bracket matches to get through. Ghost trying to keep the dream alive against an Envy who are turning question marks into exclamation points. We'll see that and more after the break.